going on, guys? So today we're coming at you with another video. I've actually been tagged by Bass and Beer, and they're wanting me to go over my fishing equipment. So thought that'd be a pretty cool idea to do. So I got the kayak set up, show you guys what I carry with me every day whenever I go fishing. I usually carry a lot of stuff, so now I'm kind of trying to dwindle it down to trying to keep it simple, basically. So we'll go over the kayak from front to back, and then I'll show you my rods and reels and show you what kind of arsenal I've got. So starting from the front, it is a Hobie PA14 2019 model. Absolutely love this kayak. So like I said, everything is set up exactly how I take it to the lake. Inside there, I just got a couple extra things. There's my anchor right there, and a couple extra, some crankbait, stuff like that. Some wipes. You gotta have some wipes just in case for the emergencies. Cup holder, so forth. Just a lot of knickknacks. The camera that I am shooting this on right now is a GoPro Hero 7, and it mounts right here. And when I mount it right here, it faces towards me, and then I power it by the YOLOTech power. So I have continuous power all day long using the YOLOTech battery pack, and that thing lasts several weeks before I have to charge that. I also have this little mount right here. I'll put the camera on it whenever I don't want, like say if I'm crankbait fishing or something, I'm always making casts to the front of the kayak, I'll remove that, throw it in the front hatch, and put the camera right here. Running a Lowrance Elite TI7. Got all my waypoints and stuff, got a lot of my contour lines. That's actually Louisville Point Park, if you guys are interested. And well, if you can figure out where those waypoints are, those are a lot of areas where I've been catching them on a Carolina rig. So every time I catch one, I mark it. Center hatch. A lot of my, knickknacks, stuff like that. Throw my keys, my wallet, phone, stuff like that down there. This little box right here is pretty cool. It's by Titan Tungsten, and I have all my terminal tackle in there. So kind of really enjoyed using that thing a lot. I'll just throw it down in there. Got some GoPro batteries down there just hanging out. All my rods, I keep my rods lined up down the sides. I can hold 3 on this side, 3 on that side, total of 6 rods. I normally carry about four with me. This little box right here has got all my soft plastics in it. This is soft plastics that I plan on using that day. It's basically might as well just call it my day box. That's what we'll call it. We'll call it my day box. So, and then I've got my pliers, my little pliers for getting hooks out and stuff, and then my catch board, and they're all tethered. Because you don't want to. There's my identifier. You don't want to lose this thing. It's pretty heavy. It's made out of aluminum. And then I've got my cutters over here, and again, they're tethered so they don't fall overboard and I lose them. Remote to the power pole back there. So I can power pole down. This net right here is pretty cool. I actually got this net at CNC Outdoors, and it floats. It's a floating net, and it has a tether on it as well. Yeah, a little bungee tether, but it's a cool little net. I've enjoyed using that. Paddle and stuff, so forth. Here's my back camera. I put my back camera up there on a Yak Attack, and then I got it in a rod holder on the Black Pack, and then right here's the rest of my tackle. So I'll carry my Senkos. That's my Senko box. spool, all that good stuff in there. Crankbaits, top water stuff, jigs, Ned rig stuff, and some spinner baits and chatterbaits and all that good stuff. So, on the flag, of course you can't forget your flag, gotta have your safety flag. And then my power pole. Power pole is got an 8-foot pole. So, absolutely love that thing. It has been a lifesaver. I won't have a kayak without that thing, unless I just find a little lightweight kayak or just throw it in a pond somewhere. But whenever I go lake fishing or something like that, I'm gonna have my power pole with me. Like I said, I absolutely love that thing. Going over on the other side, we've got the anchor wizard for the front. That way I can lock down the back and the front. I don't have to worry about the front doing, swinging around on me. I got all my JJ's Magic down here, phthalate, clear, all that good stuff. Some pins, and then the pedal drive. Of course, the pedal drive is pretty cool. It moves like that. It's like a swimming style pedal drive. Grass doesn't get caught up in it. So forth, yeah. Then I got the girlfriend's PA-14 up top on the trailer. So mine sits on the bottom, hers sits up top. Got everything loaded up in the back of the truck. But yeah, so that's the kayak. Now let's go over the rods and reels that I have. Alright guys, so let's go over the rod and reels setups I've got. I got G-Rod International on this side, and then I've got Dixie Custom rods over here on this side as well. So we're gonna go ahead and start from left and go right. This rod right here, I don't really have any lines spooled up on it, but it's a Lew's LFS, all left-hand. All my reels are left-hand reel, but it's the 7.2 chatter stick, or 7.1. I'm sorry, 7.1. It's a chatterbait rod from Dixie Custom Rods. It's got my logo on it, and it's a glass rod. So I've been kind of experimenting with that a little bit. I'm not really throwing a chatterbait a whole lot this year, so I'll probably use that rod a lot come towards the springtime or whenever it gets a little bit cooler. The next rod that I have is actually one of my heavy action rods, 7.7 heavy with a fast tip. Got a Shimano Corrado 8:3 gear ratio, I believe it is. That's a rod that if I know I'm going to be going to do some heavy flipping, I'm going to take it and my other G-Rod International 7.7 as well. This is my deep diving cranking rod. Not really been throwing a lot of deep crankbaits this year. It's got my logo on it as well, 7 foot. Or actually, no, I'm sorry. This is not the deep diving crankbait rod. This is just a standard crankbait rod, glass cranking rod. And I've got a 5.3-1 or 5.1-1 Lew's BB1 reel on it. So yeah, I'm just not really throwing it a whole lot this year as well. Dixie Custom top water rod, Lew's LFS. Love that rod for top water. I mean, that is my favorite top water rod. Short handle, perfect rod. It's a 6.1 extra fast top water special from Dixie Customs. Like I said, I love that rod. That rod right there will be hard for me to get rid of. And then I have a frog rod. Let's wait for this plane to go by. Anyway, it's a 7.2 extra heavy fast tip, or heavy with an extra fast tip, excuse me. Lew's LFS braid, 65-pound braid, frog rod. I mean, that's just what I take with me when I go frogging. All right, so now we're going to get into the G-Rod International rods. So this rod right here is my baby. This is my favorite rod. This is a rod that I pretty much have in my hand 90% of the time whenever I go fishing. It's a 7.6 medium heavy pro bass rod from G-Rod International. Extremely sensitive, extremely lightweight, can feel a fish fart on that line. I mean, this thing is so sensitive, it's not even funny. Lew's Pro TI reel, 7.5 gear ratio, 17-pound fluorocarbon line. Love that setup. My favorite setup. That's the rod that I'm going to take with. I'm going to take this rod, and then I'm going to pick the other ones. That's how that works. Jerkbait rod from G-Rod International. This is an excellent jerkbait rod. Love this rod. It's a 6.8. Not exactly sure what kind of power it is. Oh, it's a medium. 6.8 medium. Got the jerkbait up on there from Megabass. 10-pound fluorocarbon line. That rod right there has been catching some fish for me lately. Believe it or not, I've been throwing a jerkbait around marinas and docks and stuff, and it's just been killer for me. Another favorite rod is going to be my cranking rod. G-Rod International, 7-foot medium glass with the graphene blend. I got 12-pound fluorocarbon line on there right now. I'm actually going to switch that over to a 12-pound mono or 12-pound. Probably go with a copolymer, because this rod right here has got a pretty good tip on it. And so I'm thinking about using this as a topwater rod. I'm going to try it out as a topwater rod, but that's probably my best topwater rod so far. But I'm going to try that out a little bit later and see how that works. Another favorite rod of mine, G-Rod International. Another 7.6 medium heavy Pro Bass Series rod, just like my other favorite rod. But this rod right here is freaking awesome. Lew's Tournament Pro LFS. The Lew's LFS Tournament Pro MB, 7.5 gear ratio. Been kind of throwing around Texas rig with it a little bit, and absolutely love that combo, that setup. So here's my heavy cover flipping rod, 7.6 heavy action. This thing is a broomstick. Look at that. I mean, that thing is stiff. Of course, we're throwing a Trocar flipping hook on there with a 1/2 ounce tungsten weight, 65-pound braid, and that's pretty much the heavy flipping rod. And then we got the 2 spin rods, 7-foot medium heavy actions, straight 8-pound fluorocarbon line, straight 8-pound fluorocarbon line as well. I'm not doing the braid thing. It's too difficult for me personally, so I just do straight fluorocarbon. And then I'll throw a wacky rig on one, and I'll throw a drop shot or a Ned rig on the other one. And that's pretty much what I keep on these rods right here. But anyway, guys, that's my fishing setup. That's what I carry with me. That's the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thumbs up if you did. And you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.